Okay. If I set everything up correctly, I think I am now live. That correct? I cannot see. Oh, I think I see something. Yippee! Okay. We are live. That's great. I get... You get an email when you go live on YouTube? Why? To make sure I'm aware that I went live? You know what, I will just take it, I guess. Okay. So, I haven't streamed in a really long time. I think over a year now already. And before this was on Twitch, so I hope everything has been set up correctly, but I decided that today I wanted to revisit our life, beginnings and always. This time, as you can see outside of voice named DLC, I got all the DLCs possible. So that's gonna be exciting, because I have never played those before. And we're gonna just start a new file. I don't remember a lot of this game. Would you like gameplay expansion selections to appear? Do I get like options? Oh. What was the question? Would you like gameplay explanations? Yes? Oh, this part. Okay. Yeah. Various ways you can customize. Read the full tutorial. For time periods, I remember that. Childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, and adulthood. Yeah. The moments. The moments are the things we play. I remember that part. Oh yeah, you can also skip them, but why would we skip them? I want to... Yeah, okay. I want to experience everything again. I could have skipped this. Just didn't know what it meant. Yeah, stuff changes. I'm aware about that. You determine nearly everything. Name, appearance, personality, pronouns, interests, skills, our relationship with major characters, and so on. I think I was pretty nice in my first playthrough. I don't think I pissed anyone off. I think. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But okay. That's not what we're here to discuss. Maybe we can piss off people this time. You determine... I read that already. You can decide to change the details as time goes on. Few exceptions. Are your last name, skin tone, and eye color can be altered once set. That's fine. Main character's base traits are determined... Yeah, okay. This just makes sense for the game. Reset options are called voice names. Allowed by the romantic lead. Yeah, no, I don't have interest in that. Which is, like, it's a nice feature, but no thank you. What are the... Oh, these are like my old save things. Config. Yeah, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, to get an idea what it looks like, that makes sense. Can I just skip through this a bit? Goldfold, he grows up with the main character, and the interest comfort screen is crucial to determine how it plays out. How much you like him. Disinterested, fond, crush, and love. Love is only available starting in step 3. If you were at fond or crush in step 2. That also makes sense. Comfort determined how you generally react/think. It is all just still makes sense, but it's a nice refresher, I'm gonna be honest. Because this game is like really complex for an interactive novel, I think, is the genre it would fall under. Yeah, okay. More romantic, blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is a lot of explanation though. Oh yeah. I want to change the guest to change. I would not prefer to create the idle cove directly using the cove creator. I think I peeked at that once and was like, this is... No. I rather... figure it out myself. Sorry, I was reading and I got distracted. Should have reread all of the... Okay, there we go. Okay. What's the face shape I want? We can just go with round. Where was round? Round. I wanted to say I'm pale, but I don't think I'm that white. Let's go with peachy. Not... Yeah, peach. And the eyes. I like the customization, even though you don't really see it. Ooh. Pink eyes. No. Let's just go with blue. I don't know about the hair. This just looks like you stood in a storm for like 6 seconds. Heavy storm. I don't know. I like this one way too much. Okay, this is the front though, so this one for the front and maybe a fitting back. I like this. Why? Okay, you can dye it 2 different ways. I will just go with this one. Wait, let me go with myths. But and last name is Magic. 1C, day, or the voice name. Next. No, also no scars. Thank you. I cannot see those, so I guess whatever. And sure, we can go with all of those, and I mostly like bracelet, necklace, and hats. I'm not really a watch bird. Okay, I've started wearing my watch again, but it's mostly to like measure my heart rate, because I'm curious about that. Okay, we're done. We can start the game. Begin the prologue again after playing away. Oh, I was like, huh? How did I get an achievement for starting the game? But it's like restarting the game. I get it. Okay. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usual sleepy town began to bustle. It was a popular tourist destination, with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well. That included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did whatever your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved, or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. You didn't get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you nodded back at them anyway. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people, since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. I don't remember what it went with last time, but anxious sound about right. They still smiled at you anyway, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over. And you wondered if he was even a real person, or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. This is really just kids' imagination. What do you mean, a magical statue that sprung up overnight from the ground? Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't recognize really stood out. It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your moms called it. So, for you, not knowing what a total stranger Okay. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. At least the kid knows about stranger danger. Your moms had a talk to you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. You hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. I take back what I said about knowing stranger danger. I was reading them. They don't mention that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. Remember, that's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite to them. I mean, both of these are kind of true. I'm just gonna go with, like, even if I'm anxious and don't talk to people I know, I do wanna know people I don't know. And I just wasn't listening. But you ain't sure about this man yet. Oh, he's blocking the way to the front door. For nice that you didn't want to be bothered. That sounds about right. So you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to the front door? I mean, worst case scenario, assuming the moms are home, you would just scream, right? And people would just come looking what's going on. Still, a lot can go wrong, but at least, like, you're at your front door, I guess. You're pretty interested, you wanted to know more about what's going on. I just don't want to be bothered. You slowed down as you thought about how you could get around this. There was a split second where your eyes met. That wasn't good. I was probably going to say something now. He'd seen you standing around here. It's difficult to hide. Hey! You were right. His deep voice called out to you. But you didn't say anything. Fortunately, the man stood up and started to make his way towards you. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you fold your arm and stared. That seems... Because the other one is like unsure but willing to be friendly and smile and froze. I'm gonna go with like just... Because like this is a little kid. So I'm just assuming an adult man, I think it was, right? Walking up and just a child crossing its arms and like puffing out the cheeks and oh my god, that's adorable. Yes, let's go with that one. So, do you live around here? What's your name? You look at the man up and down, taking in his tanned skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. You call those clothes relaxed? How can clothes be relaxed? Is it because it's like swimming gear, I think? He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo. He wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Yeah, I live here. I think that's the best to say. Because, like, let's not just introduce ourselves as myths yet. And being silent is also not really gonna get us anywhere, so... I'm just gonna go with, yeah, I live here. That's great! That's not creepy at all. He looked happy to hear it, giving you a broad smile. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hands as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you looked back at him. Well... the voice actor jump scared me. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad, sorry, I should have... Let me start over. He cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, just made him look creepier. I have a son. His name is Cove, who's about your age. Cove, that seems like a strange name for an actually living person to you. I think I picked that option last time. I remember that sentence. You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty good. This guy is obsessed with water. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. We moved in across the street, see? He gestured towards the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sunlight and reflecting off the walls. The giant for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Miss Magic, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him. So, dude, you're not helping with sounding like a creep, okay? I know where this is going. I'm trying to put myself in a mindset as if I don't know where this entire game is going. This just sounds creepier and creepier while he's trying to, like, sound less creepy. It's not helping, dude. He shook the $20 bill to bring it back to your attention, a hopeful smile tilting his lips at the corners. Can you try to be friends with the boy? Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You will like him.
Do you mind?
But you gotta keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Yeah, no, I don't think any kids will like your dad paid me to spend time with you. I don't think anybody would like that. You gotta feel sorry for Cove. You eyed the man sorry, or did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? I wouldn't, honestly. Okay, my mindset is being friends just because you get paid, not a great deal, but being like friends and the parents paying you to be friends, but you genuinely being friends, or like maybe even splitting the money like that is a great scenario. But I just feel sorry for Cove. This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. What you say? Want to make a deal? I'm still taking the money. I'm taking the bill. Give me the 20. You carefully plucked the bill from his outstretched hand, grinning at the thought of what you could do with that much cash. Ooh, okay, do we want sweets? Do we want a ticket to the newest movie? Stuffed animal? A library card? Or we aren't sure yet. I like stuffed animals. I want a stuffed animal. Just gonna be able to go home with you. And that was just the start, you thought. The sky was the limit with that kind of amount. The man smiled at you, his eyes crinkled at the sight as he did. Great, that's great. I'll bring him by tomorrow. I wanted him to meet and greet with the neighbors today, but... well, I don't know where he's gotten off to. He laughed when he said that, but with the way his face looked, you thought he actually wanted to cry. If you see him, can you tell him to come home? He's got a pink cast and glasses, you can't miss it. Okay, can I keep this either way? Dude, it's my money. You're not getting it back. Sure thing. I can try if okay. Sure thing is like really, like I'm going for it. I can try is like I will try, and okay is kind of the same as I can try in my eyes. I'm just gonna go with I can try. You nodded. Not totally certain that you'd find Cove, but willing to look. The man smiled and reached out to pat you on the head, paused before doing so, then pulled his hand away instead. Your moms are already checking around for me. Such a thoughtful group you are. Now, I better go look too. Can't put everyone else to work while I keep sitting here. I thought you might come back, and that's not what's important. I have to go. Thank again, Mitz. So much. He jogged off down the streets without another word. You decided to check the hills behind your house. Step 1. First sight. Chirping of crickets in the tall grass greeted you, quiet and familiar. From the top of the hill you could see the ocean. As you walked, you listened to the crash of the waves on the shore and the seagulls squawking as they settled down for the night. I don't really like the ocean. I'm not a fan. But like I could be, I guess. I don't know. You love to hear stories about the sea, about the merfolk and the sea serpent you imagine living far beneath the waves. Fantasy is a lot more up my alley. Ellie. Not ally, Ellie. I didn't enjoy the beach all that much, especially the sand, which got absolutely everywhere. I just have sensory issues with sand. So I'm just gonna go with the folklore. I like that one. Sometimes you could almost convince yourself you'd seen the flash of a shiny mermaid tail in the distance. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax. You couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone. So you glanced around. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. His head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild. Though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink casts, sad frowns. All but the last one. Okay, technically, we as humans put emotions on animals, I guess, so. But, like, technically, at least the first four, a deer will never have that. Huge glasses just makes you sound like a bully. So big. Those aren't really big glasses. I would just go with pink casts. Technically, wait, no, they can also have that. Because, like, when... what's it called? A vet. Is there, like, specifically a wildlife vet, or is it just a vet that, like... has to... when they break their bones? I don't know. Can I go back? No. Not that I... Wait, I think I can, but I don't want to. I made my choices. I'm gonna stick by my choices, even if they're bad. But this new boy did. You wondered how he got it. After a few more seconds, he took a step forward, then another. And then he glanced your way. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him, and showed him you weren't scary. Okay. Hi, I'm not scary, I'm just another human child. Out in the middle... Okay, it's not the middle of nowhere, it's like the hill behind the house, but still. Hey, Space Cadet, what? Let's just go with hi. Like a normal person. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balling into fists at his side. Oh, he's crying. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He'd been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks, and his knees soaking the hem of his shorts. Oh, and his cheeks and his knees soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. I was like, okay, his knees soaking the hem. How are the knees soaking the hem of the shorts? No, the tears were. I was just confused by the sentence structure. You'd obviously caught him off guard. His pink cast seemed to glow in the twilight, though when he got you staring at it, he hid his arm behind his back. Something the man earlier had said stuck out to you. Oaf? Eyes wide, he studied you. How'd you know that? You touched the money in your pocket, feeling the crinkle beneath your fingertips. I'm all-knowing. No, I met your dad.
Oh.
That oh sounded so sad. So, is this your hill? He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. You can't own a hill. Technically you can, but in Git logic, no. Why not? How could you? You just do. I had a hill back home. Well, this still isn't mine. Did he like claim it with like a little stick with his name on it or something? Oh. He sat back down with a thumb, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious at the strange new boy with the odd dad, he sat on the patch of grass next to him. Pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth, gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers too. The night wind was cool, as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. Why are you here? We don't care why parents moved. Why are you here specifically? Quite a hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they'd never stopped, his tears started up again with a vengeance. I don't like him crying. Can we make him stop crying? My parents. They don't want to live together with me anymore. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. My mom made my dad leave and he took me with him, and now we have a house here and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. I want my mom. Okay, we're not gonna say stop crying. That's just rude. You will like it here, you just have to get used to it. It's like logical, but like it's a crying kid. Crying kids don't really follow logic sometimes. Your dad seems kinda nice and I'm sorry. Let's just go with I'm sorry. He slipped his hand underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. You felt bad for him, being forced to come here with no choice. You couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms. But it must be pretty hard. But from way off in the distance you heard your parents. Myths! Cove! Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, hair still clinging to his cheek. Don't tell them we're here.
I want to go home.
I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. You can handle it, that's rude. You have to go? True. Don't worry so much, rude. Sorry I have to. It will be okay. Let's go with it will be okay, because that feels like the only option that isn't rude. You were stuck by a sudden need to reach your Cove. It's not gonna all be fun, but isn't he your family too? Yeah, I guess. Then you can count on him when you really need it. Oh, when you really, really need him. Okay, I can read. You shot him a grin and pushed yourself to your feet. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, can you hear me? He looked towards the sound of his dad's voice, silent, then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm. Sorry, I still don't want to go. Just wait silently with him, because calling out yourself and trying to convince him, both also valid options in my opinion, but this is something I feel like he needs to work through. Yeah, I get it. You do? Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad even closer than before. There you are, bud! The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you, and they rushed over. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. Miss, you're here after all. We had been at the park to check. Wait, we had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. No, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everybody acting like this is such a big thing? Yeah, why would missing kids matter? I don't understand. Okay, don't worry. Cove didn't want to go home just yet. Let's just say we were sitting in the grass. Thank God you're both fine. Were you two having fun out here? You look over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad tight hug and pushing at his arms. You shrugged. Yes, I like him. He's good. I think I'm gonna marry him. No, that's not the option. Let's just say I like him. You nodded, smiling slightly. Finally, let go of his squirming, scowling son. Cove's dad turned to the three of you.
That's a relief.
Thank you very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. Good thing Mitz knows this whole area so well. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove.
Bye.
Bye. The two of them walk off into the darkness, heading towards the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper playdate tomorrow, okay? Just want to... Can the voices go any louder? Yes, okay, we'll just put them on full blast, and if we get jump scared next time... I'm sorry. They're like louder than the music, so I thought it would be fine, but at this point I'm like, no, I heard the music so much louder than the voices. Your new friend's dad wants to bring him home to see you and... bye to see you and Lizzie. Yeah, okay. How does that sound? Sure, can I show my stuff? Sounds like words. You nodded, looking your head. Sound like words. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into warm, familiar chorus. Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied, and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. Choose your feelings for Cove. This is how you feel towards Cove for this step. It can change in later steps. Let's go with fond and relax. I think last time I went up all the levels, like indifferent, fond, crush, and love. But it's probably because I played this game before that I'm already kind of fond of him. So, oh yeah, let's save. That's a smart move. Yeah, here we're at the love level, see? Okay, that's override save, yes, because I wanted to be sure. Okay, we're ready. Begin step 1 at relaxed fondness. Yes. Got an achievement for start playing step 1 with the fondness level. Wait, can I... Hold up, I'm quickly looking at my achievements. I know you guys can't see this, but quickly want to look for like step 1. If I never use direct or nervous comfort levels for either step 1, 2, or 3. Okay, that is interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at achievements. I shouldn't do that. I should be playing the game for you guys. I'm always too curious about achievements. They give like a little happiness boost. At the breakfast table the next morning, you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you stayed put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friends again, Biff? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
Okay, the voices are louder. How sweet. I'm so happy you moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. Haha, I don't know, am I? And your bowl is entirely empty, so you nodded. Once again, all three options are just like, yes, but in different flavors. I don't know. Okay, this is, yeah, but it's like sideways. Metallic? Metallic. I only know that version of the word. I don't know. But I don't trust that one. It's sarcastic. I like sarcastic. But let's just not. Let's be nice to our parents. Good job. They should be here soon. Clean up. Begin. And then on cue, there was a knock. Okay, hold up. I think I actually heard a knock, so I'm quickly gonna... Nope, I was fine. That was just a cat knocking something down, so that's fine enough. I can clean that up after. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though.
Okay.
I unmuted my mic. Why was it still muted? Okay, I'm just gonna read it all back. Wait. Oh, then I've just been silent the entire time. Oh, I hate it when this happens. Okay. Recap from everything I said. Was it already at the door? It was all the way back at the knocking, right? I need to learn how to unmute correctly. I thought I had unmuted. It was when I was trying to tap in again, wasn't it? I hit space and nothing happened because I was tapped into OBS. And when I hit space, wait, does that work? Hold up. Oh gee, look at that. When you press space, you can mute and unmute yourself. Love that I learned this now. Okay. Okay. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I told the doorbell story. It probably wasn't pick up short stories of the short story. Our doorbell is way too loud if you're downstairs. Mom, I know, miss, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair. Without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. Hey, Magic Family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your mom said, called him, and his son were here. Gove looked different in the bright light of your living room when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Gove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Gove. He smiled back with some hesitation. And then I said you twisted a threaded bracelet on your wrist. With all the options, I named them, blah blah blah. I know they meant string. But I am imagining a leather bracelet because I had one that I adored for like a while. But okay, let's go play in the room, and you did not sound decided, but okay.
Take care.
Let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids.
See you.
See you later, son. Play nice. That is the most cursed but adorable penguin. Is the clown penguin? Is it a penguin? I'm just gonna go with it. It's a penguin. I love it. I want one. You led him to your room, puffing at your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while. But you were really proud of it. You leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. Let's go with thank you, because me too. And I drew that. Sure. I don't. Why did you hang it up? Let's just go with thank you. You're welcome. Okay, that was kind of an arrogant response, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. He turned to look around the room, a little more studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the wall. Okay, do I start to feel nervous? Is the atmosphere kind of awkward? Am I glad for the company, or do I hope you like my room? Let's go with nervous, because I don't care if he likes my room. Company just makes me sound lonely. I don't want it to be awkward, so let's just go with nervous. You wanted to say something, but didn't know what, so you let him keep looking. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step forward, towards it, before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Ko flopped down next to it. I think so. Yeah, see? He gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like... What is silloy? Whatever. He actually meant it. Well, alright. Oh, it's a character. I remember now. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Shiloy is gonna be here today. Shiloy? Lizzie's friend, or her number one fan, I guess. Do I have to see him? Should be okay. I mean, he's Leslie's friend, not mine. But you know. Come on, check out my shells somewhat. Shell. Here, don't be grumpy. Just look at the seashells I got for you. Found this one under a piece of seaweed that was washed ashore, and he put out a seashell after seashell, explaining where he got in each one and holding them up against the light. He looked so fond. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Most of them is that box just filled with sand at the bottom. For the past few years, you even learned some of the scientific names. No. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of fun stories to tell for all of them. Your voice flattered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. I have a huge seashell collection. Apparently, fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. Like when you almost got pinched by a hermit crab while searching for shells, and after watching him scuttle back into the ocean, you found another empty shell that was almost a twin to his home. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him, even every now and then was showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell that the idea was making him unhappy, but Mummy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. Oh, like he wasn't grumpy. Yes, he was grumpy yesterday. That's what confused me. He didn't really want to meet me. I just sat down next to him. I didn't give him a choice. You guessed that it was because he thinks you found each other by accident. Not that the parent made it happen. Miss Holland must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of what would be a bad idea. Yeah, let's not tell him his dad paid me. Before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I bought a box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. He should have asked. But let's just tell him to be careful. It's great. Yeah, let's be careful with it, you know? I will. You weren't sure if you could trust someone with your treasures yet. So you stayed next to him while you opened the lid and peered inside. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken out loud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. Okay, it's my favorite too. I like different one best. I can show it to you and you can take it. I'm gonna go. I want him to feel at home. I want him to be happy. You can take it. Cove looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? Uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept I can speak. Accept something because he didn't know you very well. Nope, we're gonna insist. Take the shell. No, it's okay. For you, though. Only for him. Shiloh can go away. You pushed the shell against Cove's chest, willing him to receive the present. But Cove firmly shook his head and kept his arm tightly at his side. It was a battle you couldn't win. At least, not today. Cove is your neighbor now. Maybe you give it to him another time. We're just gonna randomly show up with the shell and be like, here you go, it's for you, bye-bye, and just sprint back home. I needed a sip. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when a doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. You knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell that he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. He'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. We totally can. But okay. He's our only door. Wait, he's at our only door. And if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glances around the room, his eyes wide, and finally pauses with his gaze locked on the back of the house. I can go out of the window. Yeah, I was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Do you want to break your other arm? Let's not threaten him. I want to stay friends. Shiloh is the least scared person alive. Cheers up, Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea, let's go. Okay, I don't really want to go, but this one is mean. Maybe this is the best option. This just feels dismissive of his feelings. This is, again, kind of the same. Aren't the parents still downstairs? Won't they see us just sprint away? I am not gonna care. I don't want to say it's the least scary person alive, but I think that's the best option. Every single bunny rabbit is scarier than Shiloh. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. Comfort. I don't want to bully or be, I don't know, encouraged. Can also go the wrong way. It's okay if you're worried. Nobody warned you this was gonna happen. Thanks. Charlie poked his head into the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you said. Oh, wait. Has he just been listening around the corner? Because like my eyes always go like in front of the sentence, and with my dyslexia that's why I struggle reading sometimes. But it was impossible to know for sure if he had heard what you've been saying or not. Did you guess that he had? Had he just been staying around the corner listening to like, oh, what does the new kid think of me?
Hi.
Hi, mates. And hi, Cuff? Cuff shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Hi, you can sound a little bit nicer. I'm Shiloh. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Right, I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells.
Can I do it too?
Awesome. Can I do it too? Cuff shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Gove was having fun. Hey, check out this scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color. Kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. Pink is a nice color. Okay.
Oh?
Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue? Might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I like this color too. There are better colors. Not sure how to deal with the sudden and more awkward silence you look back at yourselves. I'm fully gonna say there are better colors. Says you. You poke your tongue out at Gove. I was reading and my eyes went up and I was like, you look so smug. You poked your tongue out at Cove, trying not to laugh, and he did the same thing in retaliation. Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. Is he coming back? I don't know. Well, where did she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Is she playing at the park? Her park? Wait. Her park, not the park. Her. Specifically, she owns it. Okay. Gove's eyes lit up at the mention of the park, and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yep, but it's old. Can you show me? I wanna go. You start getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too, right, Miffs? The park's fun. The park is great, let's just go. No, they both want to go, and like, I'm not super excited, so let's just like, yeah, the park's great, just let's go. Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand. That just sounds like my hell, honestly. It has a huge... Oh, it has a jungle gym. Where did my brain get the word huge? I don't know. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just want to check the park out. Adrift, without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go, so it was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short, she could always be allowed to walk by herself. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey Lizzie! Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Miss, Shiloh! Hi! She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to the stand by her. Yeah, okay. I did kind of expect that. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so it's where we get together. That's why she calls it her park, because no other kid comes. That's... okay, I guess. She gestures wildly with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. Without interrupting Lizzie's speech, Cove whispered in your ear, quiet enough that the others wouldn't overhear. I thought kids couldn't own places like parks or hills. He looks way too smug. You couldn't help but laugh a tiny bit. While Lizzie continued talking to you. You took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle your toes through the warm sand. Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Myth's age. Yeah? Thought so. I'm the only one in this group with double digits. So we were 8, so that at least is a two years difference. I would say that's not that much, but these are kids, and in those times, those ages are 2 years is kind of a lot. What about the other kids? Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shiloh's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
Oh, dude, why do you look sad? I thought you didn't want to make friends. Okay. Or is it the thought that his youth gets stolen by the oldies? Because I could understand that part. For a second, it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted, and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents? Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. Only some of them don't like kids. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him, and yeah, they're really... Okay, let's not join in. Upset is probably gonna make him defensive, because, like, he doesn't want to feel that way, I guess. And only some of them don't like kids. I think I'm just gonna go with that one. Because it's probably the truth. You interject quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down. Cove wasn't even looking... Wait. Oh, I was like sunflowers. I was like, are those coffee beans? But they're probably like supposed to be sunflower seeds, right? Sorry, I got distracted by her dress. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her. Anymore, at least. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Again. Shiloh was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Myth in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up a conversation with Cove. I don't think anyone has a luck with I think only I, because I had the cheat codes. Like, the cheat codes called seashells, I think. Or like sea treasures. Because there was also driftwood and stuff, right? I think. Whatever. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie left. At Shiloh's discomfort, at how weird she thought Cove was. At something else entirely you didn't really know. But she left, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat. Put up your feet. And get used to it. He offered him a small smile. And that, at least, looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. He saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Okay. I know. I really want to start playing like the first summer with the DLCs and all that stuff. However, my voice is no longer used to streaming, and I'm noticing it. It doesn't help that I think that I have a cold. And I'm noticing that both my throat is starting to hurt even when I'm drinking, and my mouth is just giving up on speaking. So, I am gonna end it here. I want to thank you all for watching. Yeah, and until next time, I don't know when I will stream again, but at least on my main channel, I upload every Wednesday and Sunday, so you can check it out. Bye bye!